Yeah, so I launched the Angels of Freedom, which is a LGBT community safety and support group based here in the city centre, coming up to 4 years ago, and it does quite a lot of different projects within that. But you know, initially, and the main thing that people know us for is we do street engagement every Friday evening. There's a team of us who are around Lower Briggate, Freedom Quarter area and Core Lane, and we are there to be happy, friendly, smiley people within the community, to have conversations with people, to help to tackle some isolation, you know, people that are out there by themselves. But there's also quite a serious element to what we do as well. Quite a lot of our volunteers are mental health first aid trained, and therefore able to provide kind of in place kind of crisis support for people, which is coming quite useful over the last few years, for people who, you know, I think some people that go down to the bar area who identify as LGBT+, it's part of their journey of acceptance and understanding for themselves. And, you know, as a society for LGBT+ people, they are generally pushed towards the bar scene as part of that journey of discovery. And, you know, some people have this image in their mind that they're going to go down to the bar scene and there's going to be a fanfare and trumpets and, you know, everyone's going to welcome them.
Just like going to the pub.
And it's not, it's exactly like that at all, you know. It can be really isolating. And for people who built up that level of expectation and addressed their issues around their nerves of self-acceptance and coming out, to experience that can be really difficult to deal with. When we have had to support people through that quite regularly on a night out. So we do some serious stuff as well as fun stuff. Our focus is around being sociable and fun and just providing the opportunities for people to network. And, you know, there's so many positive benefits to that. I set up the Leeds Hunters, the rugby team in Leeds, again, a number of years ago. And I'm not involved now, but, you know, back at the start of that, I'd hear repeatedly from people coming along that the reason why they didn't join any of the mainstream groups was because they were worried or concerned that they would be judged, not only for being rubbish, but the assumption that they were rubbish based on their sexuality, you know? So there was just this real fear. And, you know, again, sport in general, from a young LGBT+ person's perspective, PE and that environment in school is quite often a place of bullying, so it can bring back quite triggering memories from that. So providing that safe space is so important. And then we've got the Freedom Families as well, which is a group that we launched a couple of years ago, and that group is...
And is that part of Angels Freedom?
It's one of our projects. Freedom Families it's about peer support for parents and guardians of LGBT children of any age. So we curate the space for parents and guardians with LGBT children to be able to talk openly about any challenges or any kind of support needs or any questions, or, you know, just that safe space for them to be able to talk openly. You know, it's a really important part of their acceptance. But we do quite a lot of other stuff that people don't see so much of. You know, we do quite a lot of work around tackling hate crime and supporting victims of hate crime. So I'm the chair of the West Yorkshire Police Leeds District LGBT hate crime panel. That's a huge mouthful to get out. I wish I could abbreviate it. But basically, it's like a case review group. So we look at cases of hate crime and look at what actions the police have taken to address the issues around the hate crime
and how you could prevent them.
Victim, all of that. So we do quite a lot of stuff there.